Hi students, welcome back. Coming to the next topic, that is a parallel system. So next type of operating system is a parallel system. Let us see what is this parallel system. A system is said to be parallel system if any system is said to be a parallel system in which multiple processors, you take the multiple processors have direct access to shared memory which form a common address space. So that you call it as a parallel system. So what it means? A system is said to be parallel system in which multiple processor, means different CPUs have to direct access to shared memory. Means all the CPUs are using only a single memory which form a common address. Means the CPU, if the CPU want to access to the memory, it is having one address. So all the CPUs, all the processor has to access only to that common address space. That you call it as a parallel system. So in totally represented, suppose this is a CPU and here is also one CPU. So this is a multiple processors. I am taking the multiple processors. So these multiple processors are sharing common memory, shared memory. So this is a parallel system. So here a parallel system in which multiple processors, the CPUs, have direct access to shared memory. So all this CPU is accessing this memory, this is accessing this, every processor is accessing the same memory, shared memory. Means this memory is sharing to all the CPUs. So all the CPUs are sharing only one memory. So which form a common address space. So for this, the address common address space. So this is having all the CPUs are having the common address space. That is about the parallel systems. So it uses two or more processors in combination to solve a single problem. So if you want, if the parallel system, why we are using this parallel system? So suppose if you want, it uses two or more processor. Here the two or more processor is there. These two or more processor in combination means they are combinedly working together to solve a single problem. Suppose a large problem is there. That problem will be divided by this processor and execute by sharing the same memory. So that's why we call these parallel system is a tightly coupled. We call it as a tightly coupled system. So why it is the tightly coupled? Because all the CPUs has to access only one shared memory. So that's why all the processors are tightly coupled. Means one is dependent on other. So there is a dependency relationship is there in different processor in parallel system. So that's why whenever there is a dependency is there, that you call it as a tightly coupled system. So these parallel processing systems are designed to speed up the execution of programs. So the main thing is it is designed to speed up the execution of a program. To speed up the execution of program into multiple fragments and processing these fragments simultaneously. So all the programs will, whatever it may be, fragmented, divided, and processing these fragmented simultaneously. So it is a simultaneous use of this parallel system. We call it as, it is simultaneous use of multiple compute resources to solve the computational problem. So to solve the computational problem. So it is simultaneous use of multiple compute resources to solve one computational problem. So what the steps it is taking to solve a computation problem? So first it is used to run. First it is to be run using multiple CPUs. So to solve one problem, first it is to be run using multiple CPUs. So next what it does? So next a problem is broken down into, so whatever the problem it is taken, a problem is broken into discrete parts. So a problem is broken into discrete parts that can be solved concurrently. Okay, so first it is to be run using multiple CPUs. Next, a problem is broken into discrete parts that can be solved concurrently. Next, each part is further broken down to series of instructions. So next, whatever the part that is broken down, that will be formed to down a series of instructions. So next, instruction from each part. The instruction from each part executes simultaneously on different CPUs. So this is how the steps are taking place while the parallel systems are executing. First, it has to be run using multiple CPUs. Next, a problem is broken into discrete parts that can be solved concurrently. Next, each part is further broken down to series of instructions. Next, whatever the instruction that is there, so that instructions from each part execute simultaneously on different CPUs. Now let us see what are the applications that are there for parallel processing. Applications. So first one, a parallel computing would be two servers that share the workload of routing mail or solving mathematical problem. So this is one application. Means in parallel computing, if you take the two servers, those two servers shares a workload by routing mails, and one is for routing mail and solving mathematical problems like that. Next, this parallel computers, here we are using the supercomputers. The supercomputers are usually placed in parallel system architecture. So these supercomputers are arranged in the form of parallel system architecture. Next, our terminals are connected to single servers. Terminals are connected to single server. So these are the applications that are involved in the parallel computing. Now let us see the advantages and disadvantages of using parallel system also. What are the advantages? Here do multiple things at same time. The first thing is parallel means we have to do multiple things. Do multiple things at same time. Next, the cost saving. So it is cost saving and also the time saving. Cost saving and time saving if you use the parallel systems. And next, overcoming memory constraints. The memory constraints will be overcome by using parallel system. Overcoming memory constraints. So these are the advantages of using multi parallel computing. Now what are the disadvantages? So the disadvantages are lack of scalability between memory and CPU. So in memory and CPU there is a lack of scalability, and the main disadvantages is here the programmer, means the user, the programmer responsibility for correct access of global memory. So if the programmer itself has the main responsibility to access the global memory correctly. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of using the parallel systems. Thank you.